going on, guys? PierceCam20 back again with a brand new video here at Tsukuba Circuit. We're racing here for the daily race A. As you can see, we are starting all the way in the back at 10th. We cannot get a good qualifying lap in here. I just don't understand these cars, honestly. I tried my best, but after practicing for 30 minutes, I thought it was enough, so I decided to start in 10th. So we get the countdown here as we start on this grid here. And heading into turn 1, as you can see, we are racing our way to turn 1 and a very, very fast pace, very cool 65 miles per hour. As we break in, heading into turn 1, we try to avoid all the collision that's going to be happening here. And fortunately, nothing does happen, so we actually fast forward here, get our way through majority of the lap, heading to the end of the lap here as we get 3 wide. And a little bumpy and grinding goes on around there as I believe 9th gets 5/10 of a second penalty. So we're on the inside of him, and we're going to try to make a move here to try to gain up a position as we head into the very last corner here. Brake right before the pit meter board, and or the pit board, not the pit meter board, but yeah, trying to make a move on the inside, try to stay away from him, let go of the gas a little bit, try to keep the momentum rolling as we try to get into turn 1, and unfortunately we did not get the pass done. So we fast forward here, heading into the middle part of lap 2. We try to get him from the outside and see if we could try to make a maneuver coming to the outside as he goes in really conservative inside, and he actually pushes us wide, so we get pushed out to the grass, and we have to push our way back into onto the track. And fortunately 11th let us back into the spot. Actually goes in very, very deep. Well played, sir. Goes in very, very deep. I've never seen an overtake maneuver like that, and doesn't complete the move. We jump up here to 5th position since nothing else really happens, as we see one of the guys in front of us get spun out, and it's actually all that roads on that first race, so nothing really exciting happening. So we just move on to our second race here. Get bumped out already in turn 1 as we're playing bumper cars here instead of racing, so we make our way more through this lap as we see 10th here gets a 1 second penalty. So let's see how much this 1 second penalty actually affects him. You can see right there, nothing really happens, so you really don't get affected as much as 10th place gets another, or they get a penalty. But you can see right here that the penalty system really does not do much effect on these type of cars, as you really don't lose any momentum, and it's just like kind of just laughable about the penalty system trying to work here on this track. But yeah, so what that means is that you can get a lot of dirty racing and just kind of bump everybody out of the way, and it kind of won't affect you throughout the race. So do as you will and use that information as you will for the rest of the week if you guys are running this type of race. Jump up a little bit into lap 3 here as these two guys get tangled up, and we make a daring overtake underneath them to gain 2 places here. Try to make our move heading into the very last corner on position 6. Brake right before the pit board, and yeah, nothing really happens there, so we just jump all the way up to the end of the race, finish 8th on that race. Very boring again, and make our way to the 3rd race of the day that we tried doing for this race. So yeah, I thought starting in the back would be kind of fun to do, because we can at least try to make our way up into the field, but these cars are just so slow, and it's so hard to overtake that you kind of just have to bump people out of the way as we try to get our way to 7th, and just takes us out again. We get pushed out wide. We get pushed out wide again by 8th place, and so we drop down to 9th place. And like I said, really not much you can do except for just pushing people out of the way to try to make a overtake, as you're going to see a good example right here. We head into this turn before the last turn, and these two guys get collided, actually take each other out, and that's 2 places for us there as we jump up to 7th, and we jump all the way to the last lap again, and nothing really happens except for 6 spins itself out. But yeah, again, another boring race. So I got tired of racing on daily race A, so we decided to go to daily race B, see if we could find some interesting races going on here. And again, we're starting in 10th position here at Brands Hatch, and just couldn't really hook up a good qualifying lap in the 5-10 minutes I had of practicing on this track. One of my weaker tracks, honestly. Not really good at this track. It's very, very difficult to get it right. There's a lot of ways you can make mistakes, and you'll see that throughout the video. As you can see, 8th place right there. Spins out, and we were able to get past him on his ghost car, heading into this left-hander here. 8th place actually goes really wide and gets onto the grass, and that's another position made up for us too. 2 positions in the span of half a lap without us even having to do anything except for staying on the racing line. Fast forward here, heading into the final sector, and someone else gets spun out here. So that's another position. So 3 positions in 1 lap. Again, just showing the difficultness of this track as, you know, you make one wrong move and you could be out and out of contention. Try to make a very nice overtake down here on 6th place. He actually slams the door on us a little bit, door-to-door banging. We get the position, so all fair game there, although it was kind of a little dirty of a move, but hey, we were able to make a stake as 4th and 5th actually get tangled up, and 5th loses all the momentum that he has, so we try to make an overtake on the inside, hoping that he doesn't switch down on us, and we make the overtake happen heading into the left-hander here. So now the goal here is we're going to stay behind 4th place since we know he has a 1-second penalty. There's no reason to try to force the issue right here, as we're still getting pressured by 6th place, heading up into these 2 right-handers. Brake right before the, I guess, the 1 meter board. I don't know what you're gonna call that, but yeah, let the car roll through into that turn. Brake again really hard. Clip the apex. 3rd place goes wide and actually loses it again, showing an example of how difficult this track is and how you have to hook up every single turn and not make a mistake. If not, you're gonna go spinning. So heading into the last sector here and actually into the penalty zone. So we're gonna be able to get an overtake here done, and there we go, overtake done. And so now we're on the podium, starting all the way, I believe, in, what was it, 10th or 11th, jumping all the way to 3rd place in 2 laps here at Brands Hatch, and I can't be more proud of that, especially because I'm terrible at this track. So yeah, jumping into the 4th lap here, we actually skipped the 3rd lap because nothing really happens, and we head into turn 1. We see on our radar that we're getting pressured a little bit by 4th place. So the main goal here now is just to minimize mistakes and not let the pressure get to us and just hit our marks as best as we can, as 4th place is starting to catch up to us every single turn that we're getting in, that we go into. It seems like it's getting closer and closer, but we're able to pull a little on that turn heading into these to this left-hander here. Take it a little too wide. He gets actually a better entrance and a better exit, but for some reason we're starting to pull away a little bit. I don't know if it's because of the car speed that we have, as this Renault is pretty good on the exit, but now on the straightaways, as you can see, he's starting to really catch up here, and we headed to the right-hander, still getting pressured back from behind. So we're doing our best to keep an eye on the radar, but also keep an eye on the track to make sure that we clip every single apex and hit all our braking points. Seeing him right on our radar there as we head into this fast sweeping right-hander, clip the grass there, head a little bit wide, almost hit the grass again, head into this last 2 turns right here, and he's right behind our tail, but he goes wide on the exit of that turn. We actually look back just to make sure that he actually is dropping back from us. So we go to the very, very final turn, and that's going to secure a 3rd place position. A very, very entertaining race compared to the daily race A's bumper cars that we were racing in the beginning of the race. So yeah, from, what was it, 11th or 10th to 3rd. Again, very, very proud of that result. So again, very happy. This is probably my best race I did here throughout the week, because I really didn't race much, and then when I did, it was just a quick race just to see how I am, and majority of the time I was just focusing on the Manufacturer Cup. So yeah, again, very happy to get a podium for it being basically like my first day racing on this daily race group. So if you guys like what you guys saw, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, really helps out the channel by leaving a like on the video, and comment down below if you guys want to see anything in particular or just want to start a conversation. I'm always down to chat, and thank you again for watching the video. See you guys in the next one.